Hi friends, and we're back at it again with moral lessons and values. So we're still more on the moral side, we're still focusing on morals. And to get you guys to just understand it a little bit better, I have 3 questions or 3 statements with 2 different scenarios. And we're going to identify which of these 2 shows high moral ground, right? Let's get started. So, remember I said morals is about understanding right from wrong, and even though it's hard, still choosing right. And I mean, as people, it can sometimes be really hard to choose to do the right thing because the wrong thing always seems so much easier. But that's what having morals is about. It's about, even though the wrong thing seems easier, you have enough morals to do the right thing and to know that this is the right thing to do. With that being said, let's get straight into our mini exercise. So, 1A, stealing lunch because you are hungry. B, asking someone to share their lunch because you are hungry. Let me read that again. Stealing lunch because you are hungry versus asking someone to share their lunch because you are hungry. Which of these 2 do you think is right? That's right, asking someone to share their lunch because you are hungry. If you go and you steal someone else's lunch because you're hungry, that means that that person's lunch who you stole will be hungry. Do you understand how that could show very immoral characteristics, which means when you aren't moral? So when you're not moral, you're immoral. So you going and stealing lunch out of your own personal benefit and while somebody else suffers versus you going and asking so that you can both not suffer. It's that choice. It seems easier to steal versus sometimes asking because you may be embarrassed or shy, but the right thing to do is to ask. And you might even find a new friend in that person. Awesome. Let's carry on. Number 2. A, lying about someone to make yourself feel better. B, accepting yourself and loving yourself regardless of your situation. Let me read that again. Lying about someone to make yourself feel better, accepting yourself and loving yourself regardless of your situation. Which of these 2 do you think is right? A or B? That's right, B, accepting yourself. You know what the funny thing is? Most of the wrong things people do to feel better about themselves actually never makes them feel better about themselves. Because if it does make you feel better about yourself, at some point you're gonna be alone because nobody wants to be around you because you're always putting people down to make yourself feel better. And then you're gonna be lonely. Whereas if you love and accept yourself, you never have to experience any of that hurt or that pain of being alone or not feeling accepted, because even if people don't understand you and people don't accept you, you love yourself and you accept yourself, and that is more than enough for you to get through this life. So, like I said, lying about someone or making somebody feel bad to uplift yourself is actually never worked. That person never ends up feeling better about themselves. And even if they do, they end up alone. And that is not why we're on earth. We're not on earth to be alone. We're on earth to be loved and give love. Awesome. Let's go into our last one, which is number 3. So A is lying to get out of trouble, and B is being honest and apologizing. A is lying to get out of trouble, and B is being honest and apologizing. Which of these 2 do you think is the right thing to do? being honest and apologizing. Because let me tell you what, the right thing can sometimes feel like the hardest thing to do. When you've done something wrong and you have to be honest about it, it can be very scary to be honest because you're scared you're gonna get into trouble. But what being honest does is it prevents you from going through or dealing with that lie for a long period of time. If your parents find out you're lying, you'll probably be grounded forever. And now there's no trust because they know you don't tell the truth. Whereas if you honest and apologize, you might get like a 2-day punishment or a 1-day punishment. And your parents still trust you because you were honest and you apologize. Half of the time when we lie, it's because we know we've done something wrong. Whether it's something wrong to hurt somebody or not, we know that it's wrong. That's why we lie. So if you know it's wrong and it causes you to lie, why do it? Because if you never did it in the first place, you wouldn't have to be put in a situation where you either have to lie or be honest and apologize. You would just not have to do either of them because you never put yourself in a position where you did something you had to lie about. Awesome, guys. I really hope that this little exercise helped you see things a little bit clearer and gave you a better understanding of what a person with good morals looks like and acts like. And remember, if you feel like you don't have good morals, it is never too late to change and become a better version of yourself. We're always growing and you never stop growing. We're always growing and we're always learning. So why can't that be the same idea for our personalities and our perspectives and ideas? Awesome. With that being said, thank you so much for joining me on this talk about morals and our mini exercise over here. See you guys again next time. Bye.